Hi, I'm Tyler from Patterson Legal Group. This week's Giving Back recipient is the Lois Curtis Center. I'm here with Amy. Amy, tell us a little bit about the group.
Well, the Lois Curtis Center is a place that provides services, supports, and resources, space, equipment for people who are at the intersection of disability and systemic racism.
It's for all the incredible work that you guys are doing. We're excited to give you a check today for $500.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And joining us now is Amy Heighton with the Lois Curtis Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you on the show today. I want to start out, give us a little history of the Lois Curtis Center.
Well, the Lois Curtis Center, actually, we opened last June officially. We are an organization that is built on the foundation of Lois Curtis, who was a woman who was actually a plaintiff in a federal lawsuit that went to the United States Supreme Court called the Olmstead case. And so Lois was a black woman from Georgia who was disabled and who fought for her right to live in the community. And so based on kind of that history, she actually passed away in November of 2022. There were a number of us who have been providing services and working with not-for-profits in the Topeka community for several decades. And so we sort of had been thinking about the disconnects that Lois experienced in her life. Even after she won the right of freedom for disabled people, she continued to be institutionalized for another 10 years.
Wow.
And so thinking about that experience in Georgia and how we had seen that experience replay itself, particularly among disabled black and brown folks in our area, we wanted to try to provide services in a different way that addressed the gaps that we saw that was causing those kinds of barriers for folks.
Okay, I really like that. So tell us, so now what are you guys up to in the community? What kind of services are you providing?
So interestingly enough, part of that paradigm shift has been to deploy the resources of a not-for-profit in a way that creates opportunities for folks that they might not individually be able to access. And so the center itself is part of that resource. And so people can come in. We have fully physically accessible facilities for laundry, for showers, we have a food pantry, we have a maker space. And again, with an emphasis on being that it's all accessible. It provides emotional, communication, and physical access. And that those resources are prioritized for folks who can't access those types of things elsewhere in the community.
Amazing. I love the thought you've put into this organization. So now how is this donation from Patterson Legal Group kind of able to help you guys out?
Well, I mean, like I say, number one, having the ability to be able to stock the shelves. You know, Harvesters is not accepting partners right now, and so we're having to sort of find resources to fill our pantry. And so this probably first and foremost will feed a lot of bellies for folks who come through and access our pantry.
That's wonderful. And so you've mentioned all these wonderful services. How can people reach out if they're in need of anything?
Well, we're open from 9 to 6 Monday to Friday. We also have a website, so loiscurtis.org, Facebook, as well as an Instagram. And so, you know, people can come in. We're located at 1921 Southeast Indiana Avenue, so over in Southeast Topeka. You know, obviously walk-ins, there's no eligibility requirements, just that folks are looking for services and looking for resources that they haven't been able to access elsewhere, primarily because of disability or because of racial marginalization. So.
That's great. So let's talk about your role. What are you doing at the Lois Curtis Center, and what's it mean to be a part of the organization?
So, well, it was an absolute gift that our board of directors was willing to sort of buy into this vision of a center for the community. I'm the director. And so, you know, so that means we do everything from, you know, the mundane to the fun stuff, you know, with respect to, you know, actually helping stock shelves, helping when folks come in, to make sure that, you know, I also have a background. I'm an attorney. And so we're able to then sort of triage the needs that people have as they come through, if they're having trouble accessing services. And so I kind of do a little bit of everything. We're pretty small. The idea was to deploy most of the resources into creating the things that people need, rather than having folks have to sit down and go through intake process or do notes on or things like that.
That's wonderful. And can you speak on the impact you've seen Lois Curtis Center have on the community so far? I know you guys are relatively young, but I can only assume it's just even any kind of little impact, it could be hit pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's fantastic. We've had several kind of community events, and to have the community show up with their families and participate in, everything. We actually last weekend had an egg hunt that we were able to do indoors. We've got youth programming, and so there are a lot of young people that are coming through the center, and being able to sort of watch them have access to just be able to try things ranging from, cooking something in the kitchen to working in our audio recording studio to using the printers and the things we have in the makerspace. Has been great. We've met a lot of really great families who've been able to come through and use our pantry and the laundry facility and spend some time, just have a space where they as a family can come in and use resources, not be rushed, and get their needs met. So it's been really fantastic to see that happen.
It is amazing. I love hearing about this campus. The makerspace, the pantry. It's phenomenal what you guys have built. And okay, so you mentioned the egg hunt not too long ago. What other events do you have coming up, like in the summertime? Anything kind of scheduled?
Yeah, actually, on June 14th, we will be having sort of our annual freedom celebration. That really the Olmsted decision actually coincides with Juneteenth, and so on the 14th we'll be having an event from like 1 to 5. Again, a community event. We usually have bounce houses, face painting. Just kind of a celebration of joy, joy and experience of our of our freedom and our space. And then we'll actually be participating also with the Juneteenth Festival. We'll be hosting their Paint and Pop on Monday, the 16th of June, and then we'll be hosting their youth art tent, helping to support that at their celebration on the 21st of June.
Fantastic.
So, going to be an exciting summer.
Yes, I think it will be. And so now to continue this exciting summer, continue into the future, how can people further help your guys' mission out? Are you guys looking for donations, volunteers, what have you?
Well, I mean, we're definitely always looking for donations. I mean, and part of the idea is that anything we get that we are able to sort of turn back around to folks. And so, as I said, I think previously, the pantry is a very well-utilized aspect of our operations, but it struggles because of the limited ability to partner with resources like harvesters. And so any types of donations, food pantry donations, any kinds of donations of art supplies. We do have every Thursday evening, we host like just a family fun night from 4 to 7. We always have a meal, and so food donated to that, and then activities from karaoke to arts and crafts to, like I say, the bounce house. So anything that could support those types of activities, we're always happy to receive. And quite frankly, we always love having just folks stop by and explore how the space might be able to work for them and help us come up with new ideas about different ways that we can use the space and the gift that we have to be able to serve the community.
Amazing. So one more time, where you guys are located, and like if they want to drop off donations, or again, just check out the space to see what's there.
Yeah, so we're at 1921 Southeast Indiana Avenue, over in Southeast, just up the road from Hillcrest. And so we are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Yeah, folks can drop in kind of at any point in time, or like I say, you can go to the website, loiscurtis.org, or follow us on Facebook.
Wonderful. Well, Amy, thank you again for joining us. And once again, thank you for the work you guys are doing out there in the community. It sounds fantastic.
Thank you so much, Dan.
And everyone, again, to learn more, you can go to loiscurtis.org.